If there's any shortcut in life, it's discipline, consistency, doing something every single day. That is the only shortcut in life. The fastest way to get from point A to point B. Only shortcut. Everybody's trying to wiggle around the work. Everybody is trying to figure out cheat codes and little hacks and things that get them a step above, right? Which is logical, which makes sense. You got a goal, you want to get there as fast as possible, do the least amount of work as possible with the least amount of effort. I mean, it's actually smart thinking, if anything. But the problem is, being smart could work against you like this, because you just gotta show up every day and just do it. There's nothing else that's guaranteed, because you wake up every day and do it, you're going to get to your goal. You're way closer to your goal. You're not getting worse. There's no way you're getting worse. Just by addition, you're just adding in more hours in whatever field you're doing. So this philosophy, this take, you could do this for any topic, any endeavor in life, in any field. Obviously, with me as a coach, I want to focus on your training, your nutrition, and your mindset. But if we talk about it with training, I notice a lot of people that don't want to move their bodies, and that's the majority of people. They're trying to figure out other ways to get around it. Like, I know it's like more, heavier set guys and overweight guys, they get into fasting, right? They stop eating, because the less they eat, they're burning, they're not taking as many calories, and in turn they lose weight. And the worst part about some of these a lot of these strategies, they're actually great ideas. I'm actually a big supporter of fasting. I love fasting. I fast once a week. I mean, honestly, I fast whenever I need it. I've gone on 3-day fasts. Like, so this is the problem. The stuff that guys are talking about, they're trying to wiggle around, actually doing the work, like waking up, going to the gym, moving the weight, doing this consistently over and over again. They're finding other strategies and things that they can supplement with their training, which legit work, but it doesn't replace your training. That's just one example. Like, I see other guys, I mean, some guys start with the nutrition, some of the hardest things to do, right? They're not working out, but they're learning how to cook. They're looking at the micronutrition. They're looking at everything. I mean, again, these are all amazing things. It's like, but we got to get to the work, because a lot of people are procrastinating. And as a trainer, I see this. I'm just happy you're going in the right direction. So don't think I'm giving you shit. But I'm just telling you, that's not the main thing. The main thing is we need to get moving. That's the main thing. Because everyone's trying to wiggle around this. And right now I'm talking about training. Because everybody could get up and move. We get up and move every single day. Everyone could go for a walk. We could do simple things like this. Everyone could park a little bit farther, and they got a longer walk to the building they're going to or their job. Everyone could take the stairs. I mean, there's little things like this that just add on. But the gym is just easy. You just walk into the gym and you do your stuff there. It's isolated. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of the gym. Like, you're not going to be screwing around and doing anything else. Like, your whole focus is to work out because you're in the gym. But we can't run away from the main work. I mean, when I talk of your mindset, people even do this spiritually, and it's a lot more nuanced. But I'm seeing like a lack of reflection in the morning from people. No journaling, no looking back on your life. People don't like looking back in the past, and for good reason. But it's worth it because it can help you in the present. Like, you see, like, this kind of gets in more woo and like spiritual stuff, but you see spiritual people, almost they start buying crystals, they're talking about astrology, and they're even like, maybe even other drug use and other things like psychedelics, and like, yeah, all that stuff's cool and all, but you're getting away from the real work, which is solitude, which is reflection, journaling, meditation, the hard stuff. Because whatever is difficult, whatever task you don't want to do in that endeavor, whatever you find frightening, that is what you need to do first. That's my rule of thumb. Because again, all those things are great. Look into, buying nice rocks and stuff, microdosing, all that. Like, I'm cool with all that. But if we're not doing the main work, what's the point of this? It's like for your nutrition, you eat like shit, but you're buying $300 worth of supplements. I've been there before. Like, come on, what are you doing? just finagling your way through. But it's the journey. I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm just glad you're on the journey. I'm glad you're doing something, you know. But it's just hilarious because we procrastinate in the craziest ways. We just gotta realize where we're procrastinating. Because again, we're trying to go to A to B. Discipline, consistency. This is the only shortcut there is in life. Like I gotta restate this. It's the only short. Discipline is the only short. Like it's so cliche. I don't even think that word means anymore, just because of the internet and people. I don't know what you call it, self improvement or in the manosphere, or training, whatever. It really is. Discipline is everything with everything. You just gotta show up every single day, and you're gonna be moving. You're gonna be moving somewhere as long as you keep on moving forward. But we can't avoid the work. Everything else is nice. It does help out. There is a place for it. This is why it gets a little confusing. You could delude yourself a little bit because you are doing the right things, improving all these other areas in your life. But if you're not showing up, doing the same things every single day, well, it's just procrastination, mental masturbation at that point. So discipline is just huge. I made a couple videos about scheduling, which will help you for discipline because you got a time slot every day. As long as you plan out your schedule and like I'm gonna plan during this time, you could plan out every single day that you're gonna work out at, and then you follow to it. So that keeps my discipline, putting my mind to paper. So it's massive. So I would start right there. Anything because it should be a non-negotiable for everybody. But like we have to realize we got this, and this is where the self-reflection comes in when I talk about mindset. It's like, what am I avoiding? What am I fearful of? Because you realize what you're doing. You know, like, oh, I'm concentrating on the wrong things if I want to achieve my goal. Or I need to add a little bit more or take away, if anything. That's when the self-reflection comes in, because you see your daily actions. You see what you're doing. You understand yourself better. You understand what you're falling for. And me as a coach, I've fallen for everything. I'm talking about myself right now. And I could see it in other people because I've fallen for it. That's why I could see it in other people. So I'm not judging anybody because I've probably done everything. I've done way more procrastination than anybody else here. But because I could see that in self-reflection, took time for myself, work on my mind, I could see where other people are lacking. Like it's obvious, but they're just not conscious of it. Just like in a point of time I was. Doesn't mean I'm better than anybody. If anything, it humbles me. I'm just like everybody else. So I could see this in other people. That's why it's good to have someone there as a coach, because they're a third person view of yourself. They could see what's going on from the outside, bare minimum. And since I've been there, someone like me would be really helpful because I got out of a situation like you have. Because I'm a perfectionist. That's a big thing about perfectionists. They're avoiding the real work. They do all these things to be great at, but they're not focusing on the real things that are making them better because they have to fail at them. That's the problem. It's hard being consistent. It's hard showing up. It's difficult. And that's where the perfectionism comes in, because not everything's going to be perfect. Not everything is going to go your way. And then you try to improve other aspects of whatever skill you're doing, which is good, but you're really deluding yourself because you're avoiding the main work with basically other busy work. And the schedule is perfect to catch all this. This works great for me because I realized at one point in time, I don't actually have a lot of things going on. I'm just keeping myself busy. And that's a damn shame to figure that out. You can really laugh at yourself at it. But it's fine as long as you're conscious of it. Who cares? As long as you're conscious of it. That's all that matters to me, honestly. As long as you know you're doing that. Because it would be a shame if you didn't know you're doing that and you kept on doing the same thing over and over again. So we want to be consistent in the right direction, because we're creatures of habit, and we don't want to be consistent going in the wrong direction.